Hello everyone. So in this video, I will describe about my IBPS PO interview experience in a very detailed fashion. So the year in which I attended IBPS PO interview was I think it was in 2019 because I got my results on April 1, 2019. I got my IBPS PO results on April 1, 2019. So that means it was like the time was such that IBPS PO was not at all difficult during that time. It was considered an easier exam only. Now during this time I can say IBPS PO is reaching the difficulty level of SBI PO. But during my times it was easier only. But things started to much more things started to reach a higher level of difficulty during my time only. So in my time, IBPS PO mains was very difficult, especially quants section, data interpretation section. So I was very much worried about my IBPS PO mains exam, and I was completely disturbed after writing my IBPS PO mains exam. So once I wrote IBPS PO mains exam, I was really shattered. I thought that I will not get positive results about this exam, so it is not at all a good option to prepare for interview. But surprisingly I was called for interview because IBPS PO mains was difficult for everyone. Like this year it was difficult for everyone, so same in the same way. So I was called for IBPS PO interview. So my dear friends, if you are thinking that you will not get selected for PO interview, see, don't worry, you may get selected or you will get selected because it is difficult for everyone. So what happened in my IBPS PO interview? See, my that was not the first time actually. I attended RRB PO interview first time. So RRB PO interview was very much easier, and I was very happy and excited to get that interview because I thought that definitely I can get through the RRB PO interview because I was having a very much high level of confidence in me. So I thought that I had the best personality, I had the best in me, I had the best everything. So I can easily dominate the opposition with my excellent communication skills, excellent everything. So I was completely wrong because see, RRBPO or IBPS PO or SBI see, you are not at all decided only with your interview. You are decided always with your mains exam marks. So once I attended RRBPO, I was rejected at RRBPO because of my mains marks. I had a very low cutoff in my mains exams. In interview, I think I got 16 out of 20 something. I'm not remembering my exact score, but it went very well. RRBPO interview was very much easier for me. It went really well. So, but once I got rejected by RRBPO interview, so now I am afraid of any kind of interview. So now after getting into IBPS PO interview, so I thought that I will. It was a completely a nervous moment for me because see, once you fail in your IBPS PO interview, again you have to start from zero. You have to clear prelims, mains. Again you have to come to interview. So I was completely nervous, and interview was starting at around I think 12 o'clock something for me. My shift. We have to fill several documents. We have to make ready with our documents. We have to complete our formalities, and it was like something around. I spent around 2 to 3 hours in the same place before interview. 2 to 3 hours we were busy with our formalities before attending interview. In those 2 to 3 hours, I never spoke with any of my students. I was very much I was completely frozen. I was very much excited, not excited, negatively excited, means I was very much nervous, I'm telling you. So I was very much nervous. So once they called me into the interview room, I got into the interview room. So around 5 to 6 members were there. Out of them, one was a lady. This happened 3 years back, so I don't remember exactly. So this was the scenario, but the questions they asked, they were really exciting questions. So first thing they asked me is, I mentioned about my work experience in my resume. I was working in a private company, in fact bank, I'm sorry, it's a private bank. So I was working in a private bank. So I know that questions will be based on banking only. I know that very well. So the first question that they asked was about my organization, private bank. because while I was working, some frauds happened in that private bank. So crores and crores rupees were at stake. So that news were all around the corner of the country, in fact world also. So that was the news. So they asked me about this question. The problem is that particular news happened many months back, so I didn't remember exactly what is the news. So I couldn't convince them with my answer. So the panel members, out of those panel members, one panel member, he straight away told me, see, you are working in an organization but you are not aware about that organization. Like that he told. I didn't react, I was very quiet. After that time, after some time, he asked the same question in the sense, some other question about my private bank, some other question. Because my private bank was having one artificial robot. So I answered exactly what is the name of the robot. I answered everything. So they were very much happy that I was knowing something about my organization. So then they asked me what you are looking after in your bank, private bank. See, I was looking after deposits. I was looking after account openings. I was looking after many things. But I was not much exposed to credit section, loan section. So I was of the view that I should not tell them that I don't know this one, I don't know this one, like that. So I told them I was looking into almost all of the sections, sir. Then they asked me every questions about credit only credit, loan, credit. So I was completely stunned because I was exposed to loan section, but I don't know much about loan section. So this is the biggest mistake I committed at that time. So I should have told them that, sir, I was looking after deposit section, I was looking after account opening section, I was looking after KYC section, I was looking after some mobile numbers changing, those sections, and PAN card updation section, Aadhaar card updation section. But I was not at all exposed to credit section. So I should have told them that I was exposed to other sections than loans, sir, like that. But I was exposed to sections other than credit, sir, like that. I should have told them. But things have gone, unlucky, unfortunate. So they were asking me more questions about credit. So I was not at all answering them anything. So I was pushed to the point where I should compulsorily guess something. Because if I don't know to guess, if I'm not guessing and answering, they will come to a conclusion I know nothing about bank and I will get automatically rejected. So this is the point. So then I started to guess one or two answers and then I answered. Luckily that went well. So my dear friends, if you are working in an organization, for example, you might be working in Infosys, you might be working in TCS, you might be working in a private bank, please know something about your organization. What is your organization about? Know something about your organization and know something about your present project. For example, in Infosys, you must be working with a project. So know something about the project. That is very, very important. All right. So then they asked me about some political questions. How many seats were there in state legislature, something. And they asked me about election commissioner present at that time. So these were the questions they asked me. So my suggestion is to you people is, first thing, you have to be ready with the newspapers. At least you must be definitely preparing with the newspaper only, but now you have to prepare very much sincerely. So you have to prepare everyday newspaper. One newspaper is enough. The Hindu is enough. So one newspaper every day, it's compulsorily. If you are not reading a newspaper a day, means you are on a losing side. Don't forget this. So one newspaper a day. And second thing is, be thorough with the static banking awareness. When is the RBI formed? When are the banks nationalized? What is ATM and what is the recent updation? Those things. And third thing is, be thorough with the recent current affairs. Recent months current affairs, 6 months current affairs. And fourth thing is, be very much thorough with the recent current affairs with relative to banking or financial awareness. I hope you must be understanding. Banking or financial awareness based questions, recent current affairs. So basically both static banking awareness and also dynamic current affairs based on banking. These questions. And last important thing is, whether you are working means, please be thorough with your organization. For example, I was working in a private bank, so I should be knowing about what is the what is the headquarters of my private bank, who is the MD and CEO of my private bank, and recent advancements in my private bank, and those things. See, if you are working in a private company, for example Infosys, see, you should know about complete background about Infosys. What are the recent projects, what are the recent developments, and see, Infosys is a big company, so what are the projects currently undertaken for the government of India, what is the memorandum of understanding between them, is there any project with related to banking, and is there anything related with the projects which are related to banking. Those things are very much important. See, definitely there will be minimum one question or maximum n number of questions with relative to your present organization, and you cannot tell I don't know sir. You should be mostly knowing it. If there is a very much extraordinary and exceptional question, leave it, but other than that, definitely you should be knowing. If there are any problems surrounding your organization, you should be knowing. See, I studied in a university, and there was a big burning issue revolving around that university which came in news also, so I should be knowing about my university. So those things, see, it is a common sense. So you should be knowing about what is the issues and what those things relative to your organization. And last important thing is, see, I told you, I was studying in a university, so now that university came under a big problem. That problem was highlighted in the media also, so I should be knowing about that issue, because definitely interview panel members may or they will ask that about that issue or problem, so you should be aware about those things also. And these things are very much important. So other than this, general HR questions they will ask you. For example, what you might be doing in your free time, so you should be very diplomatically answering them. You should tell them that I used to take rest sir, since I was a working professional, I used to take rest. Other than that, I used to talk with my family members, spend time with my family, and play with my friends. Those things you can tell. So the main essence of this video is you should be knowing about these things. In case if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel, and if you definitely like this video, please share with your friends and other banking exam aspirants also. So we will meet in the next video. So till then, my friend Kishore.